Morning, Sir Leeds.
Oh, I can hear now. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Sir Lydio.
Good morning, everyone. I'll place everyone in mute first, okay, so that we can control and our sound, no, and we can be heard. So I'll place everyone in mute first, no, with all due respect to everyone. And let me first check the check the roles, no, today. So let's have people, our members from Iloilo. Those people from Iloilo, everyone from Iloilo, please give us a thumbs up. For friends, for Iloilo friends, please give us a thumbs up. Again, give us a thumbs up, please, for friends in Iloilo. Ayan. So these are our friends from Iloilo. Hello, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Okay, let's have, how about people from Aklan? Give us a thumbs up if you are from Aklan. Yan, si Glidel Grex, no? Aklan. How about Antique? Antique. Meron tayong mga si Arsha, Antique ba or Aklan? Ano? Okay. Excuse me. How about Guimaras? Guimaras. Anya is Antique. Guimaras? Wala pang Guimaras, pero we have participants from Guimaras that I'm sure of. Okay. Negros Occidental. We also have many participants from Negros Occidental yesterday. Ang iba siguro nahihiya lang mag-thumbs up. Sige. Isa sa mga pinakamarami, people, participants from Capiz. Raise your flag. Sige, give us a thumbs up if you're from Capiz. We have Bradylen, Rezaline, puro mga linas, Sylvia. Okay. And ako, I'm sure more than that, no? More than that. Lovely, you're raising your hand. Are you raising your hand or you're just you're supposed to click a thumbs up? Sige, you may unraise your hand, Lovely. I'll place it. I'll lower your hand. Okay, sige. So that's all for the roll call. Welcome everyone to our convo. This is called aptly as Rotary Convo Pathing, no, career pathing convo. Okay, this is Rotary Career Pathing Convo. For obvious reasons, you are now in senior high school, grades 11 or 12. By the way, we also have teachers here, and we also have our Rotarians, no, my fellow Rotarians. No? So we are all here for one reason, and that is to share our stories and give our views in order for everyone, that includes us, no, to be enlightened, know what is really the best way in order for us to discern or to have an informed decision for our career. And in grades 11 and 12, the context is you are already about to decide whether, one, you are to proceed in a tech voc track, no, and that means you go to TESDA or you go to other other sub-specialization, no, not that is not academic in nature. The other one, in majority of us, of you, is going into college, no? But there are many questions there. It sounds easy, no? The questions are ranging from what school, what course to take, what specialization to have, what subjects that I must be prepared of, and what schools. Oh, where should I enroll? Among other regions. And then maybe the other one, the other track is maybe you wish to go directly to business. Ba? So that's another thing, no? Kasi pwede rin yan. The K-12 program was made in order for you when you graduate in K-12 for you to be ready for business and for you to be ready for a tech walk track and for you to be ready also for the academic track. No, these are undergraduate track. So that is why we will be okay. Sige, maybe I'll discuss first the intended outcome. In career planning, I don't know. I'm not so sure if all schools have their own guidance counselors, registered or not. Some, if not registered, sometimes they call it staff guidance assistants or guidance facilitators. Nonetheless, their task is to journey with you in your decision making for your career. No, and when you say career, no, just for us to have one definition of what career is. So career is an occupation undertaken for a significant period of time, and career can change, no, along the way, and with opportunities for progress. No, progress yan from IQ to EQ to AQ to SQ and to all the Qs possible. Okay, and so why are we here? We want to explore career possibilities through the experiences shared by the industry professionals. No, so we have invited again guests from the Rotary, no, to do that for you. Now, maybe for some of you may not be familiar with the Rotary. Rotary is a professional organization, and it's an organization, of course, of professionals, esteemed professionals, and I'm with Rotary Club of Iloilo. Now, there are many Rotary clubs. May Rotary Club of Rojas, Bacolod, Antique, Aklan, Guimaras, no? But ours is Rotary Club of Iloilo, and that it's a mother club. It's the third, no, Rotary club in the Philippines, and we are already 90 years old. And and our members, most of them, if not all of them, are accomplished in their own industries. So sabi namin, they have a lot of stories to tell. No, those people who really wish, no, to talk to experts or professionals to guide them also in their fields of choice. So sa natumugma, no, we have the people, and you wish to talk to people like them. No? So again, no, also we want to review strand and track options, no, or in this case, options to college vis-a-vis your context and in view of the inputs from the convo. So these are our objectives. Take note again, no, if you're talking about career planning, you can just Google it. No? It's easy to Google. Maraming mga frameworks in order for you to follow, for you to better choose, no, the right career path. However, what is not Googleable are the stories behind, no, the successes, the humps and the bumps, no, the humps and the bumps, no, of different industry successful stories and industry provider. What's this? Professional. So mas maganda na to talk to them directly, and this is why we are here. So we all know that we are in the different tracks, in the different strands, so I'll not discuss that anymore, but we'll go directly to our sharers. Now, we asked 6 people, or maybe 5 lang kung kulang na tayo sa oras, because again, I'm the last one. I'm Engineer Herman Lagon. So maybe we will have the 5. If time permits, I can also share my story, but maybe the 5 will be enough. These five were given 3 minutes, no, more or less, to introduce themselves, their school, profession, scope of work, the thought process. How did they go over in pursuing, in deciding over their course and career of choice? The career ups and downs in high school, college, up to present. Paano nila, how did they manage it? And whatever career advice, no, or insights they wish to share to you. So for 3 minutes, they will do that. In this sequence, we have Dr. Jaime Manila. So he's a professor in the College of Medicine, but also a doctor, no, from through and through. Also, Dr. Michael Posecion, another doctor, so they have different specialization. So that will be exciting later kasi some of you might be into thinking of joining the medical field. We have Sir Gerry Binayas and then Sir Lydio Pedregosa, who might also share to you a lot of tips regarding accounting, business, and management. Also, Sir Jack Tanaleon for business. Now, I'm with the education sector, but I'm also a civil engineer. Perhaps I can also give some points regarding engineering and IT. Okay, so if there are no questions, are there questions? Any questions? Would you can raise your hand if you have some questions before we proceed to our sharing. We will start with Doc Jaime. You have any questions? Wala? Okay, before we start, I will stop share muna. Before we start, let's check. No, let's check. Doc Jaime, can you turn on your Alan? Doc Jaime, hello, Doc Jaime. Good morning. Attendance check lang muna. Doc Posecion, hello, good morning. Well, we cannot hear you. Please unmute your microphone. Then we also have, andyan, naka-on naman si Doc Mike. Doc Mike, may problem na tayo sa sound later. Check natin. Sir Gerry. Okay, Sir Gerry is here. Hi, Sir Gerry. Nasa office pa. Fresh from the office. We have Sir Lydio. Hi, Sir Lydio. Hello. Hi. And then Sir Jack. No, I'm not so sure if Sir Jack is here already. But yeah, later siguro hopefully. And marami. Sir Jaime, we cannot hear you po. We cannot hear you. Kindly check your sound. Okay, maybe just to check, we have students here, no? Please, also just to check lang. Is it possible for you to raise your hand or thumbs up pala? Give us a thumbs up if you are interested, if you are into STEM strand. Please give us a thumbs up if you are taking the STEM strand. To our participants, give us a thumbs up if you are from STEM strand. Okay, we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think marami pa, no? Marami. So maraming STEM strand dito. So let's take some interest from Doc Posecion and Doc Jaime and maybe for engineering, no, sa akin. How about ABM strand? Please give us a thumbs up for ABM strand. Thumbs up, ABM. Parang wala ata. Sino yung ABM dito? Oh, nobody's giving their thumbs up. Walang ABM ba? Or maybe not yet sure of joining ABM. How about GAS or GA strand? Who are from taking the GA strand? Ayan, okay. What's the other one? Oh, maraming GA. GA, ito yung mga hindi pa sure. Pero medyo general strand siya. And then the last one is UMS for the academic track. UMS, we have Grace, Shane, Glyzel, Marian. Ito siguro gusto maging lawyer. Okay? Sige. Okay, what about TVL? Sino po yung TVL? TVL. Okay, maraming TVL. Okay. Ang dami ng TVL, no? Pero it doesn't mean take note, even if you're taking TVL, you can still decide no to take undergrad courses. Remember that, no? You can still take undergrad courses even if you're taking TVL, no? If you so decide along the way. And then the last one, last two, sports track. Sports track at saka arts and design. For those who are raising their hand, please lower your hand unless otherwise you would like to ask a question. Okay? Sige. Test lang. Kasi kahapon may problema kami in terms of technicality. So, it's really difficult na if the speaker is speaking, tapos in a very inadvertent way, accidental kung minsan, a participant accidentally turns on, no, ang mga yung mga microphone nila. Please let us try to avoid that because it can really hurt the flow of the discussion. Sige. So we are done with the roll call. I will give the floor to Doc Jaime for Doc Jaime's sharing. Doc Jaime, take it away. You can turn your mic on, or maybe I can turn your mic on. I cannot ask to unmute. I'm asking you to unmute your microphone, Doc Jaime.
Okay na?
Yeah, okay na po. Thank you.
Okay, so can I start?
Yes po.
Okay, good morning everyone. I'm Dr. Jaime Manila, a doctor of medicine. I graduated from the University of the East 50 years ago. But I'm now connected with the West Visayas State University College of Medicine and Hospital. Why did I become a doctor? Well, since I was in grade school, it has been my ambition to become a doctor someday. But during shows in the school, I would always act as a doctor. After graduation from high school, I was enrolled by my dad in the same university, University of the East, in the College of Arts and Science, to take up Bachelor of Science in Biology. And I know that if you enroll in Bachelor of Science in Biology, next thing that will happen is that you will go to medicine. Bachelor of Science in Biology is a preparatory medical course, so-called pre-medical course. So after finishing my bachelor's degree in biology, I took an entrance examination in the school where I want to take up medicine. I passed, I was interviewed, and finally, I was admitted at the University of the East. 5 years of medical studies. After that, I took the board exam and passed the board. The question then was, shall I start practicing or shall I go into specialty training? Well, I decided to take up, to train some more, this time in a specialty called obstetrics and gynecology. Obstetrics and gynecology deals with delivering of babies, nagapabata ng mga nagabusong, kag nagabulong sa mga balatian sa mga kababaihan. And I did not regret all my decisions. I became a successful obstetrician here in Iloilo, and no regrets whatsoever. For those of you who would like to pursue the college to become a doctor, perhaps you will be undertaking the same path. Amuman ang matabo sa inyo. After graduation from high school, you will take up a pre-medical course. Today, there are several pre-medical courses. Hindi lang Bachelor of Science in biology. Pwede ka mong mag-nurse for first. Take up nursing and then go to medicine. Or medical technologies. Ang medical technologies, amo na ang nagakuha ng dugo sa aton kag gina-examine sa laboratory. Ang medical technologies, pwede na rin subong na pre-medical course. And then pharmacy. Kung mag-finish ka mo ng pharmacy, pwede ka mo magdiretso sa College of Medicine. But ang laing subong, there is a unified examination for all colleges of medicine, which we call National Medical Admission Test. Walang passing, walang failing sa amo ng test. Pero ang mga school may kanyang mga level of grades. For example, ang isa ka school, kinahanglan maka 90% ka sa examination na ina. Ang iba naman, 60%, lain-lain. Diri sa Iloilo, kung makakuha ka na ng NMAT, makatapos ka na ng pre-medical course, pwede ka nang mag-apply sa College of Medicine. Diri sa Iloilo, may 3 kitang colleges of medicine. West Visayas State University, kung diin ako nagatudlo, but that is not an advertisement. Ang Central Philippine University, kag ang Iloilo Doctors College of Medicine. Pwede ka mo mag-apply kung diin nyo gusto. Kung gusto nyo magkato sa Manila, damugid ang Colleges of Medicine sa Manila. There are more than 30 colleges of medicine spread throughout the country, from Luzon to Mindanao. Pagkatapos yan ng College of Medicine, you will take the board. Kung makapasar ka mo sa board, pwede na ka mong mag-practice. Our curriculum is designed in such a way na pag-graduate ninyo, kabalo na ka mong magbulong. Pwede na ka mong magbulong. Pero, just like us, pwede ka mong magkuhaanay ng specialization. So, matraining ka mo another 3, 4, 5 years. Kung gusto ninyong maging pediatrician, obstetrician, pareho ko, general medicine specialist, or internal medicine specialist, surgery, kung gusto ninyong mag-opera. So, kamo ang bahalang mamili kung ano ang gusto ninyong specialty. So I hope na nakahatag ako ng mga impormasyon tungkol sa pagsulod sa College of Medicine. Kag ang start ng inyong practice. I will be answering questions kung may harap. Maayong
Doc Jaime, siguro mamaya na lang yung question and answer, pero curious lang ako, Tito. We are in West, no? For some of our students here might be thinking of having their medicine in West. So ano ba yung cut-off for the NMAT normally?
Actually, ang cut-off is 60. Pero damo nagsulod, nag-apply ng NMAT ay 90 and above.
Oh.
So, baka 90 and above ka to increase your chance of admitted sa West.
Yeah. So,
hindi kang mag-apply. Pero, kung damo ang 90 and above, siyempre sila ang mabato.
So meaning you really have to make sure that your NMAT is as high as 90 plus para mas mataas yung batting average for you to enter West Visayas.
Ang tsansa na makasulod ka sa West Visayas.
Yes. And many people would like to go to West because we have the school has been proving itself in the board exams. At saka maraming mga nakakapasa talaga, no? And libre, no? Libre, no? Scholarship, State University siya. So maraming salamat, Doc James. Siguro mamaya itingob na lang natin ang Q&A natin. Next in line, Doc J. Thank you, Doc Jamie. Can we give a round of applause to Doc Jamie po? I'm sure maraming mga tanong later. Thank you, Doc Jamie, especially for giving us some glimpse, no, paano magmita sa pre-med ng mga courses. A round of applause for Doc Jamie, please. Thank you. Let's now proceed to another doctor. Medyo Lainiya specialization, interesting. As interesting as Sir Jamie. So, Doc Michael.
Hello, good afternoon. Good noon. Oh, good morning. Sorry, good morning. Can you hear me?
Crystal.
Okay, sige. So, mayang aga sa aton, tanan, no? I am Dr. Michael Posecion. As for my educational background, I had my high school sa Santa Maria Catholic School, which is now Ateneo de Iloilo. I graduated from the University of the Philippines in the Visayas, where I majored in, like Doc Jimmy, BS Biology, which was my pre-med course. Also, like Doc Jimmy, I obtained my medical degree at the University of the East Ramon Magsaysay Medical Center, College of Medicine. So I am in active medical practice and I'm specializing in cosmetic surgery. I'm a cosmetic surgeon. My affiliation is with the Medicos Medical Center, which I am currently an active consultant and part of the board of directors of the hospital. Also with Doc Jimmy. So kami ni Doc Jimmy, amon life do gatapik gid nga duwa. So ang ako naman niyang i-discuss is since na-discuss na ni Dr. Jim ang mga kung paano kung ano kalawig sulod sa College of Medicine and to become a doctor, siguro ako mastorya na lang ang personal experience ko kung paano ko na plano mangin doktor, no? So as far as I remember, since I'm a second generation doctor, meaning ang akon nga tatay Dr. Man. No, my father is from the nag-college siya sa San Agustin, PS Biology man, and then he took his medical degree sa University of the Philippines College of Medicine, no? So na-inspire gid ako sa iya. Nagustuhan ko ang iya obra kag hambal ko gusto ko man magdoktor. That was when I was in grade 4. So grade 4 pa lang ako, nagaplano na ako nga magsulod sa College of Medicine. So with the help of my dad, nagpangita kami paagi kung ano ang pinakamaayo nga alagyan para makuha kong akong damgo mong doktor, no? So number 1 nga naisip ko is paano ako makasulod sa mga maayo nga College of Medicine, no? When I say maayo nga College of Medicine, during my time, gin-advisean ako sa father ko nga it is always the best option to go to the best College of Medicine nga masudlan mo, no? So in my time and as far as I know until now, the top 3 medical schools for getting a medical degree is University of the Philippines College of Medicine, University of Santo Tomas College of Medicine, and the University of the East College of Medicine. Those 3 are considered as the top 3 schools in the Philippines. So amo na sila medyo mabudlay sudlan sa akong simpo. So ang akong pinamangkot sa lawas kung paano ako makasulod sa top 3 nga eskwelahan nga na. So ang una ko kinahanglan nga masudlan is dapat at least makasulod ako sa UP College sa UP for my pre-med. So nag-research ako kung din ang mga eskwelahan nga maayo ang passing rate sa UPCAT, no? So during my time, ang maayo nga mga eskwelahan was Santa Maria Catholic School, no? Which is ang high school nila, kag ang UP High. So I chose nga mag-eskwela sa Santa Maria. And true enough, pagkatapos ko sa high school, nakapasara ko sa UPCAT, so I got into the College of Arts and Sciences, and I majored in BS Biology. So ako na dito, I did my best in my studies and planned nga magmaayo man ang ako nga score sa National Medical Admission Test. What Doc Jim has said is true. There are even studies nga pabalo nga kung maayo ang imo nga score sa National Medical Admission Test, nagahatag man sina sang assurance sa survival mo sa College of Medicine, no? So true enough, may mga passing levels ang mga good schools sa National Medical Admission Test. Passing means pwede kanila i-consider, pero kung may pililian pa sila nga iban nga mas taas ang score, pilion gid lang nila ang mas taas ang score. So you need to get good scores when you go to college, when you wanna apply to a College of Medicine na maayo, no? So that you have to research ko. Eventually, kung mag-medicine ka, College of Medicine ka, kung anong ilang minimum requirement, no? Para sa makasulod kung ano gidya ang kamaturan, no? Ano abi ang ginabato nila kay mabalitaan yung manina, no? May for example sa amon sa time namon sa College of sa University of the East College of Medicine, kung ang imo in math nubo pa sa 95, alos wala ka na ya chance makasulod. So you have to get scores better than that or within that level. So when I when I finished my college degree, I got the NMAT. I had good scores. So I had my time na mag-apply na, no? So I applied in those 3 schools and I got accepted sa University of the East College of Medicine. So I spent 5 years there. Eventually got the medical boards, passed, and then took my specialty, no? And then puli na ko din, and then I practiced. Now, what I'm trying to say is, if you want to become a doctor, hindi na siya overnight nga decision, no? It's a big decision which will you know, bilog mo kabuhi, dira na siya maipit. So you better be sure kung gusto mo gid man mag-doktor kay malawig. You have to accept number 1 nga malawig mangin doktor, no? Even if hindi ka na mag-specialize, you will still have to study at least 5 years after college. College degree nga gina-require para sa pre-med is 4 years, so that's 9 years. If you do not want to become a doctor, or kung napilitan ka lang ni mami, ni daddy mangin doktor, that's not really a good idea, no? So gusto ko na mo niya nga mangin doktor ka, dapat ara gid na iya sa imo tagipusoon, because as far as I remember when I was in the University of the East, most of my teachers will tell me ang pagka-doktor is a vocation. Hindi lang ni siya mamulong para magkakwarta. You really have to give your all para makabulig sa mga tao, may they be poor or rich or able or not. So ang journey mo na iya mabigin gina dapat early, and you should plan your way into going to College of Medicine. Kaya hindi mo ni siya madala sa wido-wido lang, no? I suggest nga subong pa lang habang araway pa kamo kalambot sa college lang taon niyo ko anong maayo nga mga degrees nga pwede ninyo makuha para sa pre-med ninyo, na mapasara ninyo nga magnami inyo scores in order for you to get into a good College of Medicine. Why is it important for me to say nga you have to get yourself into a good College of Medicine? Simply because passing the medical boards will not be the final hurdle you will have to undergo. If you want to become a specialist, ma-training ka pa sa ospital. If you have poor grades, and if you don't come from a good school, you magagamay ang tsansa mo nga mabaton ka sa training programs para sa residency for the specialty that you want to take. So, useless man kung nag-eskwela ka sang pagkalawig-lawig only to be rejected eventually kay pigado imong grades or kadamo sa mas pililian nila nga iban. So lawig gina siya nga planuhay ang kinanglan naton no, para mag-doktor. And I give that thought sa inyo para nga maplanuhan naman ninyo ahead. No? So ang akong journey naman niya sang pakadto ko sa medicine is damo sang ups and downs. No? I have a lot of classmates nga mga top sa ila klase sa college. They believe nga matap Manila ang College of Medicine. But when you arrive sa College of Medicine, if you think you're bright, there are a lot of people more better than you, no? Or more brighter and better than you. So you have to accept nga you have to go through this on your own. Nga hindi ka magsalig nga feeling mo alam ka na malutsan mo na lang College of Medicine nga wala ka gatuntuon. You have to accept nga matuon ka gid sa tudo kag you will do your best para nga eventually mangin doktor ka kag makabulig sa imo mga kaupod nga mga Pilipino. So you have to accept nga may mga ups and downs na siya ang ano and then ang importante na da is paano kabla makabawi. Hindi permi taas imo scores, hindi man permi nga nubo may imo scores. So dapat kaya mo ba lang flexible ka ba lang? Hindi na pwede nga do permi ka lang kay gusto mo, ikaw lang permi sa babaw. That will not happen, even in private practice. So, even in life. No? So, dra ko nakita ang iban nga mga upod ko nga nagaka-depress tungod nga grabe expectations in batamay kita. So, ako yung ginamba ko nga daan sa mga gusto mong doktor nga dapat maski paano, bala ka balo pa mag-rebound nga batunon mo kisa nga hindi ka permiara sa babaw. Importante gina siya. To tell you the truth, sa amon nga Butch sa College of Medicine, ang amon nga class go sa 320 kami ang isa pa sa mga pinaka-successful namon ay ka-number 320 pa namon sa klase. Iba namon yung mga top 50 hindi gani mayo ila practice. So depende man na sa diskarte mo in life, no. So career, when it comes to career choice, kung gusto mo mag-doktor, isa lang ang permi ko ginahambal sa mga kilala ko or ang mga nanay, tatay sa mga kilala ko gusto man mag-doktor. No? Subong nga panahon, halos tanan nga mga doktor nag-specialize gid. Gone are the days nga makapractice ka pa nga wala ka sa specialty. So, ang akong nga advice nga hatag sila pagpuli kundi sa Iloilo pag nakita ko kung ano ang kultura diri is your best option is pili ka among the specialties nga wala kadigawa or wala pagawa sa lugar kung diin mo gusto mag-practice. Kaya kung tama na ka mo kadamo sa isa ka lugar, medyo mabudlay man mag-start sa practice mo. Madamo sa frustrations na maabtan mo kung mabudlayan ka mag-start sa practice mo and then it becomes a burden to you, no? Kaya tungod nga do wala mo nakuha ang imo ginadanggo. Kadamo pa man sa mga specialties nga wala pa diri sa Iloilo, sa Negros, Capiz, sa may Kalibo, Antique. So you have to look into it also kung ano ang mga maayuda. And permigi ko na kabati sa mga kabataan gamba nga gusto ko mangin pediatrician, gusto ko mangin internist, gusto ko mangin surgeon. Gambay ko na permi sila nga unahan yung anay ang College of Medicine nyo. Pasarahan yung anay. Bag-o ka mo mag-isip kung ano ang specialty nga gusto niyo. Kay dra nyo palang madiskubrihan actually kung diin ka mo maayo, kung diin ka mo komportable. Pag-ara na ka mo sa College of Medicine, lalo na kung nag-duty na ka mo sa ospital. Kay even in my experience, ang father ko is a pediatrician. I've always wanted to be a pediatrician until nag-duty na ko and I enjoy may surgical rotation. So eventually nakita ko nga mas gusto ko mag-opera kaysa mangin doktor sa bata. Ang third yung ma-advise ko Permi is hindi mo madala tanan sa kapisanan lang gid kag swerte. Kung gusto mo mag-doktor kinahanglan balo ka man mga muyo. Okay. Ang iban nga kaklaruhan nga makuha mo sa kabudlayan mo na sa imong pag-eskwela, matawhay ng isip mo kung kabalo sa mga muyo. So importante gid na. And try to contrary to popular belief ang mangin doktor, mag-eskwela pag doktor hindi puro pangabudlayan, masadya man siya. So you have to find that silver lining that being in the College of Medicine or going into that medical journey is also an enjoyable one. I was happy sa harap ko sa College of Medicine. I met a lot of friends who are still my friends right now. A lot of colleagues, and I enjoyed my time there. I learned a lot in life, and I learned a lot in how to be a doctor. So don't shy out from extracurricular activities. Hindi man pwede nga tuon ka lang nga tuon. Wa ka man gisadit, lantaw, makamusine, have fun. Because you will burn out if you continue just studying and studying and studying. That's not a good way to live. Kay iban nga mga kilala ko muna pinira pangakot nila. Mabudlay gid baladok ang mga medical student, wala ka na gid life, of course not. Ara na iya sa imo. You will survive and you will be a better doctor if you know how to deal with other patients and to deal with your stresses. So far, mo pa malang na maisip ko nga Permi ginamangkot sa akon when it comes sa advice paano magsulod sa College of Medicine kag ano ang mga bagatsagon para dira. I will try to answer your other questions later sa question and answer portion. But for now, that's what I can share.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause, Doc Mike. May virtual applause from our participants. Can we give Doc Mike that one? Thank you for answering all the questions. We also would like to acknowledge the presence of Doc Mike pala is our past president. Doc Jaime also, Doc Lydio here, puro mga past presidents namin ng Rotary Club of Iloilo. Si Doc Will Manaay, nawawala. Yan, Doc Will is our incoming president. So hi Doc Will. Maybe sa Q&A later if you can also give some input. Doc Will is into orthopedic surgery. So surgery din si Doc Mike. Then we also have si Doc Butch, si Engineer Butch. Nandito pa si Engineer Butch. Si Engineer Jess also. So for those students who are thinking of going into engineering course or even business, no, for Doc Butch and Doc Jess, for Engineer Butch, Engineer Jess. So at least maganda nga mamaya yung mga Q&A natin. Please try to save some of your questions or place it in the chat box later para we'll try to accommodate them. We also would like to request everyone to please turn your cams on if possible. Mahirap, no? Mahirap as teachers or as sharers, mahirap mag-share na yung mga tao who are opening their cams are mga kasama rin namin na alam na yung story namin. So mas maganda kung but we presume that you're also joining us. Okay. And I know there's some technical problems naman sila. So appeal lang, please turn your cams on if it's technically possible. Now the next sharer is Mr. Gerry Binayas, a banker. So we now, after the medical field, we go to the business field. Sir Gerry, let's see. Okay. So Sir Gerry, you can turn your cam on already. Okay. Good morning. It's now your turn, Sir Gerry.
Can I start, sir? Doc A?
Sure.
Okay. Grade 12 students, fellow Rotarians who are present here today, a pleasant morning to you all. Before I start, let me first introduce myself. I am Rotarian Gerry Binayas, a banker by profession. Let me clarify, I am not the banker you used to know in the game show Deal or No Deal. I am just an ordinary banker who works in a bank that serves and caters to financial needs of the people in the community. May it be for business business or personal financial needs. Our main role as a banker is to stabilize the economy and also act as a catalyst to improve or boost our economy. From my secondary education or high school at the University of Iloilo. During those time, I wanted to take up Bachelor of Science in Maritime Transportation, or it is known as nautical course. Because of most of my batchmates took up that course, but it is unfortunate for me because of financial reason. So I applied for a working student or a student assistant in the university, in the college department of the same university where I graduated my high school. I took up Bachelor of Science in Accountancy because during that time, it is a newly introduced course. In short, we're the first batch of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. And it is one of the courses that is being allowed or offered by the university to all the students, for all the student assistants or working students. So before I start to tell my story of how I became a banker or choose this career, we need to consider the following guide in choosing our career. So number one, we need to consider our happiness. So your happiness is very important in choosing a career. Your career is a big part of your life. It will make you feel fulfilled and excited to go to work every day if you really love what you are doing. Take note, not everyone has the opportunity to do what they want to do or what they love to do. So it is important to consider those opportunities if you get a chance. Number two, your work style. Each of us has a unique work style. Some enjoy paperwork, some enjoy working on field, and some loves to work alone, while others wants to work with some peers. So make sure that whatever career you choose, make it enjoyable. The third is we need to consider also the education and training, as what Sir Doc Manila and Doc W. Michael said a while ago. So hindi lang gid no basta-basta gali ang ilang career nga ginkuha. It takes time. So kinahanglan naton some level of education and training. So malawig. Example of that career also is example is engineering, or if you want to become an engineer, malawig na siya, and lawyer. So next thing we're going to consider is the social environment. So choose a career that fits your social needs. Kung ano bala kita, extrovert pala kita or introvert pala kita. So kung extrovert kita, so it is more on we need to consider ang social environment natin sa atong obra. And if we are introvert, so I think more of that is medyo comfortable kita sa mga desk job or mga ITs na career. So don't be afraid to try something new and experience things that can help us identify ang needs naton and taman ibagay taman sa aton yung personality. The last but not the least is we need to consider our priorities. So as you think of your future career, make a list of your priorities. How will you achieve a work-life balance? What is most important to you? So from there, siguro, the aforementioned guide is your first step or base to solve the problem on how to choose a career that fits you. To bridge the gap between where you are right now as grade 12 student, and where you want to be. So the story of my career started when I graduated in college with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. I immediately started working, but not as a banker yet. Instead, as an accounting staff of a beverage company. At first, I enjoyed it a lot, but there's a feeling of dissatisfaction because medyo malayo siya sa kabiasnan or sa city. And during the time, medyo bata kita, newly grad. So gusto ta pa magbingo sa aton nga mga batchmates or classmates or naging barkada na naton. So after that, I entered the banking industry as a bookkeeper and later promoted as an accountant. I've learned to love it, ang obra ko, as I got to know, learn, and understand all the transactions within the bank. Though it's not very interesting because I'm an extrovert type of person and I want to social interact with people instead of attending all the papers on my desk. So after years of being an accountant, I tried to be connected with loans department of the bank. So that was my happiness. I had a chance to explore the areas designated to me. I also got a chance to help the clients that needs loan or borrow money from the bank, which is very satisfying on my part. But for an economically greener pasture, I decided to leave the banking profession for almost a decade, went abroad and worked in an international flooring company in Dubai. That took 2 years for me to be away from my family, who are my priorities, and from the banking profession that I chose. When I returned to the Philippines, I went back into banking. As they say, once a banker, always a banker, which I can really relate to. Due to my experience and continuous journey in the banking industry, I got to build knowledge and develop my skills through training and hands-on practice. Now, though there are still economic struggles not only in the country but in the whole world due to the present pandemic, I still consider myself to have chosen the right career choice based on the aforementioned factors, guide in accordance with my knowledge and skills. So grade 12 students always bear in mind that each and every one of us has unique talents, abilities, and skills that can be used to build your career choice. Using your skills, you can plan or you can plan a career that will match your personality, values, and identity that can provide you with life fulfillment, stability, and a bright future ahead of you. So being a grade 12 student, as you choose your career, whether it be vocation, profession, or a business venture, always keep in mind the purpose of your career choice, and you alone will benefit if you choose it right. So that's it. Thank you very much. Congratulations and God bless us all.
Thank you, Sir Gerry. A round of applause for Sir Gerry. So this is one example, no? Yeah. Can we have some thumbs up? Just sign of sign of life also. Thumbs up for Sir Gerry. Thank you so much. Okay. So this is a different story, no? Kay Sir Gerry, siya working student siya. Then after going through all the ordeals, then was able to now he's being sent to one bank to the other just to start a bank, no? After ma-start ng bank, he goes to another bank, no? Parang missionary siya but in a banking way. So maraming salamat, Sir Gerry. I'm sure ang mga ABM natin gusto rin magtanong or kahit hindi ABM kasi if you're into business, making loans is really part of your way of life. And so if there are some questions later, please raise them up later. Okay, we now proceed to another one who started wishing to become a priest, but eventually did something different. So, Sir Lydio, take it away. Wait, we have to unmute your microphone, Sir Lyd.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Thank you, Doc Herman, Doc Aids. Mayong aga, gandang umaga po sa lahat. I'm Lyd Pedregosa, Rotarian and past president of the Rotary Club of Iloilo. Rotary year 2018 to 2019. I am not a doctor like Doc Jaime and Doc Mike, but I'm a proud father of a doctor. My second daughter is an internal medicine and oncology specialist, presently at the St. Paul's Hospital of Iloilo. So I have written a bit of my self in order to, sabi ni Doc H, we only got 3 minutes, but perhaps we could talk more on further later. The course of my work history has been like a long and winding road. This could not have happened had I attended something like this. This career pathing convocation, we at the Rotary Club of Iloilo feel happy and privileged to share with you today. 5 decades and 4 years ago, I graduated from the Sacred Heart Academy, a private secondary school run by the Dominican Sister of Mulo. Because I thought I wanted to become a priest, I entered the St. Joseph's Junior Seminary in Greenfields, Barangay Cubay, Haro, Iloilo City. A year after, my dream shifted to becoming a religious priest. So I transferred to the Dominican Apostolic School, now the site of the Angelicum School of Iloilo, and a year hence flew to Manila and joined the Dominican Novitiate in the Santo Domingo Convent in Quezon City. As a seminarian, I finished a 3-year course in philosophy and liberal arts in the University of Santo Tomas and the Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Sad to say, after my first year in theology at the UST Faculty of Ecclesiastical Studies, I left the seminary. I went home to Iloilo and graduated cum laude from the West Visayas State College, then now West Visayas State University, with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Social Science, pre-law, and minor in English. Right after the graduation, I landed my first job as an institutional officer in the Farm Systems Development Corporation, or FSDC, a government agency where my work included organizing, assisting, training, and technically supporting small farmers, marginal fishermen, micro entrepreneurs, and other countryside dwellers. To cut short my story, my line of work later landed me a job in 1991 at the Land Bank of the Philippines, where I held various positions from senior loans and credit officer, branch manager, and regional cooperative development assistance head. In February 2006, I availed myself of the early retirement incentive program after 15 years in Land Bank and 27 years in government service. Once a banker, always a banker, as Sir Gerry said. After a brief retirement of only 1 month, I continued working in various capacities in at least 8 private banks, where I occupied almost all senior positions, from department head to AVP, VP, and president and CEO. In summary, in all my wide array of jobs, both in the government and private sectors, I have one great realization. It is not by money alone that we thrive, but by the meaning and significance and satisfaction that we get from our job. It's from the core values of service, trust, excellence, and professionalism that we uphold and live by, that we derive happiness and pride. It is in our social mission accomplished, that we find true fulfillment and sheer joy. Thank you so much. I think I only consumed 2 minutes, but I could reply to your queries later. Thank you and good morning.
Oh, grabe. So loyal with the time. Thank you, Doc Lid. I'm sure you have a lot of things to share later in the Q&A. Let's give a round of applause to past President Lydio Pedregosa. A round of applause,
you.
please.
Thank you.
Virtual applause. Thank you, Ara, for the applause. Yeah, Diana, Glidel, Diana, maraming salamat, no? Bea, we need to make sure that there's sign of life still, no? Those who are the Erica, thank you also. And Michaela, thank you. The other one who made the applause, hindi ko alam kung anong letter yung pangalan niya. So maraming salamat. We now proceed to the last one. Sir Jack. Sir Jack? Sir Jack here is into business also. Take it away, Sir Jack. You can turn your cam on. Sir Jack? Sir Jack? Okay, parang wala pa ata si Sir Jack. Sige. Sige, as we wait for Sir Jack, it's your turn na ha. So I'm asking you to unmute because it's your turn. So once you turn your cam on, it will be your turn already. Maybe a little sharing lang for me. So I'm a civil engineer, registered guidance counselor, and registered teacher. Siguro marami sa inyo na gusto maging teacher. Si Engineer Jess here, si Doc Jaime, they are both also teacher also in college, no. Sir Jess is in engineering, Doc Jaime is in medicine. Meron pa ba sa atin sa Rotary na educator din? Wala na ata. Si Doc Will also is teaching. So anyway, I took engineering in college, but I really love journalism. So after engineering, I worked as a journalist, practicing journalist for 6 years. But thereafter, I eventually ended up as physics teacher in Ateneo, and now I'm the principal of Ateneo de Iloilo, no? Where Doc Mike and the kids of Doc Jaime finished, no? That's formerly Santa Maria Catholic School. So I'm one example of a person na kinulang sa career guidance kasi I could have identified my career path during sana ng high school ko, alam ko na gusto ko maging educator so that I would not be able to at least I could have used my time more, no, to that direction. We also have Dr. Posecion here, ma'am. Mrs. Posecion, who is a dentist, or Rotarian. Hello po. So maybe if kahapon kasi may mga tanong about dentistry. So later kung may mga tanong about dentistry sa Q&A natin, then we will accommodate. Hopefully if you have time, Doc. Si Sir Jack, are you around? If wala si Sir Jack, we will proceed to our Q&A. We would like to ask our participants to please type down in the chat box your questions. Okay? Type it in the chat box, or you can raise your hand so that we can accommodate you. This is the time where we'll have our Q&A. Okay. Sir Jack, you ready? Please turn your cam on. I'm trying to ask you to unmute. Yeah. Okay, Sir Jack. Sige. 3 minutes, Sir Jack. After Sir Jack, we'll have our Q&A. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning, Sir Dr. Lagon. Okay. Students, fellow Rotarian, teachers, good morning. I, Jack Tanaleon, a sole proprietor of Gim Health Pharmaceutical Distributor and Dr. Jack Franchising Corporation. And I am a son of a farmer, and a plain housewife. So I was an ice candy seller in my elementary grade. And I started at 7 years old, no? Nag-upod ako sa father ko. And also a balot vendor, no, in my high school years. So as a product of Ihas Disos, no, maski pigado kami, our parents sent us sa Catholic school, no? And taga Gimaras ako. Dito kami nag-study, dito kami nagdako. So as a product of Ihas Disos, run by nuns, no? Naging sakristan ako all my elementary and high school, no. So Ani nag-dream ako magpari. So when I graduated in high school, I entered seminary. I graduated sa ABBS Philosophy sa St. Vincent Ferrer Seminary in Haro. And before the graduation, I realized, because in the middle sa akong nga college, na doon din ako happy, no. I realized that priesthood, no, doon din ako happy that it meant for me. And I work as a medical representative, no, when I graduated college. So I only worked for 9 months. And since I was very good in sales, no, kay sang time nga nag-start ako, first month ko up to the 9th month, no, number 1 rep ako, no. So I was very good in sales, so my boss helped me to set up my own distribution company. So I work sa local company na. No? Kaya I believe, no, and I realized subong if I work sa mga dagko nga companies, I'm just one of the machine. But if I work in a local company, no, I work with a passion kung ano ina ang company nga na ginoblahan akon. So that's why it helps me, no, also working sa isa ka gamay nga company because nakita niya ang value na kon. Okay? So that time, no, ibuligan niya ako and I don't have a huge capital. Okay? Since pigado kami, no. So frankly, my company started from 24,000 which I borrowed sa sister ko, no, back in 2006. So I started as a local distribution, no, sa diri sa Panay lang. Ako ang owner, ako ang delivery man, ako ang detail man, ako man ang ga-purchase, and ako man ga-accounts ang sales. No? And today, no, after 15 years, no, today the little company founded in 2006, no, naging national distributor na kami. So we have our own products already. No? We also wholesale, no, import our own pharmaceutical products, and open several businesses, including Dr. Jack Franchising Corporation. Okay. So that offers, this Dr. Jack Franchising Corporation offers a franchise, no, of pharmacy and clinic. No? Dr. Jack is a market leader, no, sa sininga platform because never ini na offer in a franchise form even before, no, to combine a pharmacy and clinic nga franchise. Okay. And it started in Iloilo. Yeah. So na-realize na ako, no, ako advice ko, no, is it helped me realize that in this flashy material world, no, we need credibility, no, than any status in life. Okay. Your credibility will rate your value. Okay. So isipon nyo from 24,000, no, ano ang mahimo sa 24,000? Okay. So, but because of the credibility na nakuha ko ang trust sa mga dagko nga suppliers, manufacturers, importers, no, laboratories. Okay. So, gani, no, sa mga students, no, kung ano man ang mga decisions ninyo to whatever you go in life one day, no, panumdumon ninyo at ang credibility ninyo, no, will guide you to any decisions you make. Okay? You make yourself responsible and you live credible all your life. Because it will help you a lot. Sometimes, nag-graduate kita sa isa, like example sa ako, no, I graduated as AB Philosophy, but wala ko siya mausar sa akon sa professional one ako, no. So I walk different path, no. So pero I made it because I live a life, no, nga may credibility ka. Okay? So one point nga nga i-share na kon sa inyo, no, that whatever decisions later, no, may nabasahan ako nga naghambal siya nga slowly is the fastest way to get where you want to be. Gani, don't make, no, decisions out of impulse. Okay? Take it slow. and have that kind of patience to wait, okay? And sa life naton, no, ang pinakamadulong nga parte sa negosyo started in 2020 and 2021. Gani, hindi naton ma-predict ng tanan. Okay? So, another quote diri, no, that whatever decision, hindi kita dapat feeling rewarded, gidyano, or honored or whatsoever, no. So we always live a humble life because, no, ani nga quote, no, because an humble diri, the top of the mountain is the bottom of the next. Keep climbing, no. Gani, ang anaabot naton sa kabuhi naton is only a portion, no, that we need to level up again or to climb up again. So our life is have an unending journey. So wala untat. Okay? So dapat we must have that kind of passion, no? Focus on the things that motivates you. Have courage that because there's no easy way, no, to meet success. Okay? So whatever decision nga makuha, mahimo ninyo sa ulihi, be responsible and be credible. Okay? Amo na ma-advise ko sa mga students ko. Okay? So that's all I want to share, Subong, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Jack. Thank you so much. Let's give Sir Jack a round of applause. So that's another point of view. Remember, thank you for the applause. Mary Jane, Ara, Sir Jess, Gab, Shane, Ma'am SP, Janelle, Darlene, Bea, Rimabel. So obviously I'm calling your name so that everyone should be on board. This is a conversation, and this is the meat of the matter now, the Q&A. No? So hopefully, again, no, sinabi sa chat box, sabi ni Doc Michael, ready, no, si Mrs. na to talk about dentistry if somebody will ask about it. Ready din yung mga fellow Rotarians natin who may not have shared it pero willing to share their questions, no, in the context of an engineer, a proprietor, or a doctor. Sige, so we now come to the Q&A. By the way, kung i-check ko lang, i-put together, summarize ko what the advice was. Make sure to look for a career path where you're happy, but importante yung grit. Diba? Importante yung grit, sinabi yun, especially in medicine, mga lawyering or even engineering or other courses, especially even doing business. No, grit, kailangan ng grit, no? You need to be hindi lang intelligent, no? That's not enough. No, you must have the grit, the persistence for whatever course you would like to take and career you would like to pursue. Then credibility and patience and passion. I think si Sir Lid stressed na importansya at the end of the day. Even si Doc Mike din, no, yung serbisyo sa publiko. Because at the end of the day, we do this for others. No? If we do this for ourselves, it will not be really as satisfying siguro. So thank you so much sa mga sharing ng ating mga successful na mga Rotarians. Now we proceed to the Q&A. Okay? Again, you can unmute you can raise your hand so that I can unmute you, and or you can place your question in the chat box. Kahapon maraming mga tanong and we failed to accommodate all. Ngayon, I still have to look for a question. So siguro tanong lang siguro sa mga doktor natin dito. Ano ba when you talk about NMAT? When you talk about NMAT po, ano ba 'yon and how is that related to me being a high school student? Mahirap ba yung NMAT? Ano bang pwedeng ma-prepare? You said na it's something that should not be prepared only months. It should be prepared for life, no? Even in high school. What is NMAT and what is it? What is there in NMAT? Jaime, is that right? Kasi di ba NMAT will define whether you will take your medicine or not. And sometimes NMAT will also define what school will you be accepted, no? So that's very crucial for those who wish to take medicine. Doc Mike, Doc Jaime?
During my time, ang NMAT is ano na siya though ano siya general knowledge kag science na siya. There are reviews for that, no? Usually mamangkot kasi mo eskwelahan kumiyara sila partnership with review schools for such a endeavor like NMAT. Akong advice, hindi ka magmatumato. If there is a review school for NMAT available, kuha kagid. Kay it's really a good idea to get the NMAT and then get a good score on your first take. Kaya kung makuha ka paliwat, kis I tell you the truth, demoralizing na kung makuha ka pag liwat kay para pataas mo lang yung score. So that's ang guwado ginapilit bala. So might as well nga tunaan mo na lang gid maayo. So that was my experience during the time that I got my sa NMAT. Nag-review ko yan, nangita ko sa review school. School review course. May short course nga review niya. When I was in Santa Maria, may ginsudlan ako nga mo sila. So that's my advice.
Yeah. And siguro some of the questions are even those are concepts that must be learned in high school, di ba? Like mathematics, di ba? At saka sciences, basic math and science, and then also language. Sige. I think the same thing pa rin, Doc Mike ngayon.
Yeah.
Sige. Doc Jaime, you want to say something? Kasi si Doc Jaime to, medyo privy siya in terms of accepting, admitting students in West. So, Doc Jaime?
Kung maayo ang school, naging kuhaan mo ng pre-medical course, chances are makapasar ka. Pero, as Dr. Mike has mentioned, may mga review centers kita para sigurado.
Thank you, Doc Jaime. May mga books din available, no, for NMAT review.
Kaya like we told you before, hindi lang importante ang why is actually sa NMAT wala sang pasar eh. May inalam, may you are trying to reach a certain level, no? A certain percentage. The higher the percentage you are in, the better your choices are. Tama ka choice. Kung nubuin mo score sa standard, isang kalabanan ng eskwelahan, mas gamay ang pinilian mo. So, siguraduhay na siya kasi sa exam.
Yeah. So, Sir Mike, why are we talking Sorry po. Why are we talking about this? Kasi yung iba may not be thinking of taking up med for now. But I know a lot of people, I know a lot of students who took other courses, social studies, philosophy, but they're now taking medicine. So when they were in high school, they're not thinking at all, an iota of thought na gusto nila mag-med. Pero pwede. It's still possible na along the way in college or even after college, you will end up thinking about taking med. So what we're trying to do now is giving you options, or at least alam nyo na in case you will think about it, you will get inspired, then alam nyo na. Doc Will, who is into orthopedic surgery, say about NMAT, Doc Will.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. All our speakers, no, mentioned ni Dr. Posecion and Dr. Manila are true, no. I would just like to add, no, NMAT is only one criteria that's being considered, no, in med school.
Great.
So your grades pa, no, in your pre-med course is important also. So you have to have at least, no, mataas yung grades mo so that, no, pag in average, no, you will have greater chances to enter the specific med school you want, no. Dr. Manila is one of the interviewer of students, no. So kasama din po doon yung grades mo during the interview.
Yeah.
So yun po. And then if I may also add, I would like also to correct din yung sabi ni Rotary Herman na
there are a lot of courses na they can go to medicine, no? Actually, update din na any bachelor degree, no, can proceed to medicine. So bachelor's degree, pwede po yun na teacher, BS Math, philosophy, yung mga seminarista, yung or pare na gustong maging doktor, no, tourism, no, basta a bachelor degree holder, no, can proceed to medicine. Merong sa different sa number of units, you will just have to complete it, no. So yun lang po.
Thank you, Doc.
Sir.
Thank you, Doc. Doc Mike, may dugang ka, Doc Mike, kanina. Sorry, I cut you off.
Ano,
Thank you, Doc.
ang akon man to was already tackled by Dr. Manaay nga hindi tanan nga pre-med, hindi tanan nga makasulod sa college of medicine halin sa pre-med course kay actually in my experience nga gani ko relative nga BS applied mathematics sa UST. Tapos she's now a pediatrician.
Oh. I know one, a student of mine, social studies sa kanya talaga, social studies. Sabi niya, mahirap lang naman sa first year, but after that, you get used to everything.
I'd like
second year mo sa college. Yes, Doc Jaime?
Kung iban nga course, like ang ginamention nyo, ma-summer kapagit before pagsulod sa medicine.
To prepare.
You will take up some science subjects.
Unit. Yeah, science
bridging program. Yeah, bridging. Doc Jaime, may tanong to especially for you. Si Bea, no, yung siya, sabi niya, sa interview, sir, would you ask personal questions or only regarding the subject?
No.
Anything
can be asked.
Anything can be asked. Yeah,
From personal to
yeah, so anything can be asked kasi
especially
Sir, I may nag-autodutod ka or baka ako lang.
especially the economic side.
Economic side, yung kaya ba ng family? Kung hindi kaya, sino ba yung mga sponsor yan?
Yeah.
So that's the practical side. Kasi the interview, you will be called for the interview only if you pass the other things like grades and math, di ba? So meaning to say, you're almost there, but i-check lang yung practicality. But at the same time, yung oral communication.
Yes.
Yung pala. So si Doc Jaime, I don't know if you interviewed my daughter. He's now in second year med there. What's the biggest challenge of being a doctor? Siguro, the same question itanong ko rin kay kay Engineer Jess. Kung anong challenge of being an engineer, Doc Jess, no? Kung si Doc Butch, kung si Sir Engineer Butch nandito, maybe they can answer. So, engineering at saka doctor. Very quick answer lang. What is the biggest challenge of being a doctor? Pwedeng extend na natin. What is the biggest challenge of being into medical field? Sige po, short answer. Biggest challenge. Maybe college, maybe in the schooling and during the practice. Whatever. Yes, sir.
Most of the time, you don't own your time. You can be called anytime.
Okay.
Of emergencies.
So kung banker ka, your time is scheduled. Although syempre kung manager ka, your time is still 24/7 no, working for the bank. Pero kung doctor ka, anytime you'll be called even if you're sleeping, no?
Yes. You must be available 24 hours.
24 hours, especially in emergencies. Yeah, that's really a downside, but something we need to think about. Thank you, Doc. Very practical answer. How about other doctors and our engineers and maybe our bankers also? And what's this, businessmen? What? Sorry. Si Doc. Sir Jesus. Okay, I'm asking you to unmute already. Engineer Jess. What's the biggest challenge of being an engineer?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, right now I think the biggest challenge is on the preparation on the part of the students, especially if you belong to a different what you call this track, different track.
Different, yeah. Oh.
Yes, if you are in a wrong track, it is hard. Okay, but in first math that you will be encountering would be calculus.
Calculus.
That's the very first thing that you will encounter in engineering. Your algebra, geometry, trigonometry, uh, plane, other major or even pre-calculus has to be taken in your
Senior high
uh,
school.
track, senior high school. So if you really intend to go to engineering, you have to uh, equip yourself by getting all these mathematics in your senior high school, because you will immediately jump to calculus. Although the number of years of education in engineering is
4
reduced
years.
because of that. Right now, being if you want to be a civil engineer, it will only take
4
4 years.
years, yeah.
Yeah. So unlike before, we talk our civil engineering for 5 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So really, you have to do your, uh, especially your well, it starts from your algebra, trigonometry, geometry, and so forth. Okay. Without that, it would be very hard because almost all the problems that you will encounter in engineering will be mathematics.
Yes, yes.
You may know that they are not mathematics, but actually everything that is being discussed in the subject matter would be mathematics because they are all solving problems,
Thank you,
and
engineer.
it requires your analysis. Okay.
Yes. All the skills, no, the hard skills in mathematics. No,
Yes.
so in engineering, the language is mathematics talaga. And so, but according to Ched, you can still take engineering even if you're not in the STEM strand. The problem here is that just like in medicine, you really need a bridging program so that at least, kasi the presumption, by the way, Engineer Jess here is one of the teachers in engineering, teaching the most difficult subjects like fluid mechanics and hydraulics. So he knows his stuff. And then, so kung tanungin natin, anong dapat na preparation for engineering, it's really this one. So don't feel bad if you're not into STEM. You can still take engineering subject, but it might be an uphill battle because you're not being prepared. No, you don't have pre-calculus and basic calculus subject in senior high. Pero pwede pa rin. Even if you are in STEM, it's still an uphill battle because the presumption in college is, the lower maths already. And so the teacher should just teach you calculus. Thank you, Engineer Jess. Engineer Butch, would you like to add more? Engineer Butch is a mechanical engineer, am I right? Or civil?
Yeah,
Civil.
mechanical engineer.
Mechanical.
Yeah, mechanical engineer.
And top 9, no? Top 9 in the board exam.
Yeah, natsambahan lang.
Okay.
Anyway, actually, like I said, that is true. No, Sir Jess was saying that it is math, and we were happy at the time. I'm happy at that time that our instructor, si Aurelio Infante, Sir Infante, was very good at teaching us advanced mathematics already at that time. We had calculus, differential, integral calculus, statistics, and regressions, no? Aside from algebra and trig. The important thing that you do is, if assuming you're admitted to the College of Engineering, it's a matter of focus. It's a matter of commitment that I will end up like this. Why? Because number one, what we're after is, ano gid ba lang gusto ta? At that time, there was no guidance on my part, no?
Yes.
The only thing that I had was our teachers were saying in high school, in grade school, and in high school, na you're good at math. So probably your course will be in the sciences, probably your course will be in engineering, and probably medicine. I would have been a second generation doctor myself, no, but I decided not to. My father was prodding me to go into medicine, but I decided not to. So he was very open about it. Okay, take it. It's your choice, it's your direction, it's your life. Actually, it's our life as students at that time. So that was it. No, it's a matter of knowing what you want, how you would want to go through it. Whether you want it a jolly, happy-go-lucky guy in high school, pero kung kaya mo man lang in college, pero kung kaya mo man lang mag-eskwela, magkuha ng grades mataas, why not, no? And that was the thing about engineering. And you will notice that in the course in colleges, you will be exposed to a lot of subject matters. And in those subject matters, you will see where your strengths are. Okay, like engineering, we have civil engineering, we have mechanical engineering, we have industrial engineering at that time, and a lot of other things, mining, geodetic. There were a lot of those. So in the process, you begin to analyze where your strengths are. And while I was strong in strength of materials, I was also strong in thermodynamics. So I decided to go the direction of a mechanical engineer. However, though I graduated I graduated as a mechanical engineer with, like I said before yesterday, ups and downs. I almost flunked out of mechanical engineering because of my crazy. Well, I joined the fraternity, not to mention names already, but it was my crazy decision to play around with it. I was to play around with my life in UP. And well, that hurt my parents, and I saw how hurt they were, that I had to put myself together and tell myself, what are you doing? What do you want? What is your direction in life? What do you want to be? And it was a matter of pride na my father wasn't talking to me for a whole month. For a whole semester, because I nearly flunked out. But when I did that, I passed the last two semesters in flying colors. That's why it pulled me up all the way. I may not have graduated top of my class. I may have been in the middle. I really do not know. But I tried to do my best, and I tried to be independent of what they have, what they're giving me. So I went into student assistance. Like I said, kung wala ka kwarta, ano obrahon mo? Siyempre, mangita ka kwarta. And what's the best way? If you're a good student in one subject, your professor will take you in as a student assistant because he believes in you. And that's the test of how capable we are. So amo lang ng akon nga advice sa atong mga kabataan subong is you get to focus yourself, set your goal, set your target, be committed to what you've set, know what potentials you have, and grab hold of those opportunities. Like I said, just your weakness may be an opportunity for you to go else to achieve your goal. So amo lang ng aton, but it's a matter of your decision of what you want to be, because what your decision is will be what you will be in the future. And that is how it is, no? Although I ended up engineering graduate, passed my board exams, but I ended up in another area of engineering. Hindi gani related because I was into design. Although it was machine design, I was designing trucks. I was designing trucks in marketing. But then I was purely body with my corporate planning group. So that shifted my route from engineering, technical, to finance, which actually helped me also in my new endeavor. And I ended up into banking also. So actually,
naging engineering management, no? Engineer manager yung dating. So that's also one reality. I think hopefully that's one big picture na nakuha ngayon ng audience, no? Na a career need not be linear.
Yes.
No? So it can change. Like people can change depending on the internal and external factors. And that's not a problem. That's not proof of failure, but that's just normal way of life, diba?
Actually, Sir H, you know, sometimes being exposed to such to an analytical way of doing things is something that you do, even for the decision, for our decision to sell the rural bank to one network bank, which is now BDO Network Bank, ang ginaobrahan subong ni Sir Gerry. Now, Sir Gerry, I think is assigned in, I don't know if he's assigned to Totan or wherever.
Umiiba in 1 year, umiibang yung mga
Yeah, they're rotating. That's the good opportunity about a BDO, no? Because when they expand business, they pass you on. It's a matter of a promotion or whatever.
Yeah. So thank you, Mary Jane, for the question. So your question is focused on medicine, but generalize na natin, no? Different fields. Thank you for your question. So may question dito si Bea again. Sa inyo nga tanan, sir, ano ang amon dapat tandaan or take for granted for us na upcoming college student? Parang anong advice na pwedeng gawin sa college in general, no? Anong pwedeng gawin in order for us to prepare ourselves more in the career that we have chosen? Or kung wala pa kaming career of choice, ano pa rin pwedeng gawin dapat sa college, dapat tandaan? Anyone can answer? May Rotarian pa dito na hindi ko pa na-recognize. Sorry Sir Gerry, thank you for raising your hand. Anong pwedeng tandaan sa college? Sir Gerry, working student to, di ba? So medyo mahirap-hirap na anong pwedeng tandaan, Sir Gerry?
Okay, Sir H, as you know, no, we've been together since high school. So 1 year ahead lang kami sa inyo, but nakita mo man ang so as a grade 12 student, actually they are still, some of you are still undecided. So the same man sa aton nga stage 4, hindi ta pa sigurado kung ano gid man ang aton kuhaon. So like for me, no, gusto ko gid is nautical because of the siguro peer pressure nga ginatawag. Gusto ko gid mag-nautical kay nakita ko kada panaog, no, damo. Dako ang ang kita kag tanan nga mga makatuan mo, tanan nga mga countries, so lain-lain. But based on my experience, so nagkuha ako accountancy. That is the first we are the first batch. So do ka namin ang feeling no nga daw nami kuno ang amon nga kurso, and gina-block sectioning kami. So tama ng hambal nila. So we need to focus. So focus gid dapat. Kay during those times, hindi kami maka-focus nga mga working students. Kay nga nagaubra kami at the same time nagatuon. So amon ang struggle sa amon kabudlay, especially may mga business law kami nga subject, accounting. So financial accounting kag nara kita ginatawag nga advanced accounting kag so on. So ang ma-advise ko lang gid, no, explore nyo tanan-tanan ano gid lang gusto naton. Una is sa ginhamba ko, din bala kita happy. So sa ako na is samtang nagataas ang edad nato, nagalain ang priorities naton. Like gusto ko sa una nautical, but sang nagkapamilya na ako, so kumbaga do mahambal ko, no, insakto gid man galing ang ako nakuha kay nga gin-prepare lang gid ako siguro sa aton nga Ginoo nga maging banker lang siguro, and I think it's a calling for me kay kumbaga I used to love my work, no, nami anak ko mag service sa tao, but before sang college ako, I don't care kung anong wala ka sang ginapaminsar bala kundi nga ga-enjoy ka lang eskwela, though amo lang ginadaw ka simple lang, no, but sang nagkapamilya ka na, so dapat gali amo sini. Baga, focus kid 99% hard work and 1% talent. Tigling if may ara kita. But for me, I consider myself as an average person. Pero since nga nagatinguha kita tanan-tanan, kumbaga ano gid focus. Okay, like for example, before when I was taking up accountancy, nabulayan ako sang ginatawag naton nga accounting. But sang nakaubra na ako sa Pepsi, dira ako sa it's more on cost accounting. So ang ginubra ko, bisa nagaubra ako sa Pepsi, pag-abot ko sa balay 10 o'clock sa gabi, matuon pa ako na until 3 p.m. 3 a.m. sa aga. Kaya nga na-challenge ako sa obra ko nga angaway ko naging punan before. Hasta sa ulihi nga into banking na ako. Hindi ko wala ko mapinsaran gid nga maging trainer man sa loans department, especially sa accounting side. Amo yung natawag nila reconstruction sa financial statements. And Sir Leeds is aware sina kay we were once upod sa isa ka bangko, and muna hamba ko nga don't be afraid to sa mga mag-testing sa iban nga mga field. I was also assigned as credit risk officer. So I don't know kung ano yun sa risk management officer. So aba ko hindi ako reader, but since nga ara na, you are obliged to. So basahay hasta 3 a.m. until nga naka-create kami isang credit policy manual. So ang isa sa nag-guide sa akon is si Sir Lydio. So that's it.
Thank you, sir. So tandaan gali for us na upcoming college student, no. So dapat tandaan, focus, and then sa ako na if you go to college, dapat you have to build your portfolio. So join clubs, or have good network. At the same time, talaga, invest on your academics kasi pag mag-listen ka, your grades will really be counted, no?
Can I say something?
Yes, sir, Doc. Yes, Doc Jaime.
As a medicine, ang importante, interest mo.
Interest. Okay.
Interested ka sa pagkuha ng pagiging doktor. Because in our experience, ang mga ginpilit lang na magkuha ng medicine, amo na ang nagkakaroon ng problema.
Kahit intelligent pa, Doc, no?
Yeah, kung wala kang
Ayaw
interest,
niya, wala talaga.
oo.
May mga iba, sabi nga ni Engineer Butch, grit. Pwedeng ayaw niya yung, I don't know kung this is the story. This is my story. My mom decided for my course, to engineering. It's not my course. That's why educator ako ngayon. Pero grit is important kasi you can still finish it if you have the grit. So, yan. Importante din yan. Sir Butch, you are raising your hand. Then Sir Mike siguro.
Yes, Sir H. You know, if you remember kahapon ang imo balaton diagram, the Ikigai diagram, no?
Oh, yung
you will notice there is that portion there. How much will I earn?
Much will you earn?
What will I earn? When you go invest in your education, whether it is your money, whether it is through a scholarship, whether it is through hard-earned working student or a student assistant, actually, you know, your bottom line is, I need to finish this because I need to recover my investment.
Yes. That's a good
when I
motivation.
recover, what is my payback? How long will I be able to recover my expenses getting educated? Hindi, bala mo na ito nga ginalataw. I think, you know, for the moment, it may not happen to our high school students, high school graduating students, but they should also bear in mind because their parents, their benefactors, and everybody, including himself or herself, are spending for the education. So, you know, I need to give payback. How much will I earn? How much will I end up? Will I retire early? Or will I work the rest of the whole my whole life? Amo nang aton nga ginatanaw, and even sa others, the bottom line there is how much will be my payback period? Will it be 5 years, 10 years,
And then
or
you break even.
right? And not, no, there's no talk of break evens. You need to retire with money.
With money.
The end of the story. Actually, you know, that's
thank
the whole thing. Why do you spend on education? If you need a payback,
Yes. So
Hindi
dapat
pala.
merong analysis, no?
you're right. That's it. That's why you have to make focus. You have to know your strength. You have to know your weaknesses. Use them.
Very good.
Convert them to opportunities and achieve that goal on top.
Yeah, very good. Good point. Know your limitations, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know the opportunities and threats. That's the best way for you to analyze what is the best course for you. Kasi your context is always different from the other. So pwedeng sa kanya okay yon, sa kanya sa iyo hindi because of
Right.
your context. So
It varies
important
with each individual.
values din, yung self-awareness. So where are you good at? So we will discuss that later and I will show the diagram later. We will accommodate 2 questions na lang. After that, we will end our conversation. Engineer Jess, then Doc Mike, would you like to chip in?
I guess siguro ang isa ka point ito sa question is ang college, sa college bala.
Yes.
Do kadamo gid ang na-meet ko subo nga undecided pa sila kung anong gusto nila course. Hindi ko kabalo kung paano kay at least on my part do ko kabalo na kaya kung anong gusto ko eh. So I think it all boils down siguro kung undecided ka pa, sakto tong hambal ni Doc Jimmy, lang taon mong imo interest.
Yes.
Kay kabudlay magsulod sa obra nga kung ang interest mo tani be in the arts tapos gusto mo magsulod sa banking kay gusto mong kwarta. At the end of the day magka-problema kagidada. Or gusto mo tani that other way around, gusto mo man biyasang ara ka sa art, gusto sa parents mo ara ka sa arts, kung gusto mo tani more or less science, so kabudlay man na. Kaya kung ang interest mo sundon mo, at least kung nag-aobra ka, you will never feel nga nag-aobra ka bala. To happy ka everyday sa obra mo.
It's
Kaya
play.
kung pilion mo ang imo college course nga ang eventual profession mo is hindi mo uyon, adlaw-adlaw na lang ang ginobra sa Diyos, miserable ka. Totoo kita ya. So I guess ang imo lang taon kung undecided ka, ladies and gentlemen, is ano ang interest mo. Kag sundon mo gid na siguro, regardless of what others think. At the end of the day, it is going to be your life and your happiness depends on what you do every day. So mo lang na ako niya take that.
Thank you, Doc Mike. Before Engineer Jess, may point lang ako. It's also important to ask for the opinion of your significant others, no? Your parents, practically, no, because they will be the one to finance you. Now, if your choice is not theirs, there's such a thing as haggling. You converse with your parents. You tell your parents exactly yung interest mo, di ba? Ito yung interest ko. No, so if you want your return of investment to be assured of me, so invest on the thing that I'm interested of, that I'm happy to do, di ba? Or else, baka along the way, it will be put into waste. Now, pwedeng mapag-usapan. At saka pwedeng, you can talk to friends, no, who are also into business. This one is one important input also yung ginagawa namin. Kasi you're trying to assess, no? Pwede ba ako dyan? Pwede ba hindi? Importante, you're self-aware. No, you have to analyze yourself kung ano yung strength mo where that you can be happy. Sir Jack here is happy in terms of selling and marketing. And now, parang sabi nga ni Doc Mike, the work becomes play. So ang ganda doon, sinisweldohan ka or yumayaman ka while playing. So yun yung sana, no? Sana. Sa Ikigai later, I will show that to you. Engineer Jess, you want to input something? I-unmute ko muna. Ask to unmute. Go, Sir Jess. Sir Jess?
Okay.
Sir Jess,
Good morning again. Good morning.
Sir Jess, wait. May tanong dito. What are the most important qualities for an engineer to have? So siguro you can just add it in your answer. most important qualities of an engineer to have, plus your input. Sige po, Sir Jess.
Okay. First of all, you have really the interest to become an engineer. You have to have an interest to become an engineer. Like for example, not just simply an engineer. Okay. Like for example, those who are interested in civil engineering. Civil engineering has probably somewhere in 15 fields of specialties. So it's just like doctors where they have a specialty. You can have a specialty in water and wastewater, or in structural, or in construction and transportation. Uh, so there are so many fields that you could enter that you would like to specialize, or if you want to be in the government, like DPWH, you have there are available work with the government. Okay. The most important thing here is, first, you have interest in getting your engineering degree complete by taking your PRC licenses. Okay. And do not stop there. I want you to go and take your master's and take your doctor. You can be a doctor without the medicine, but you could be a doctor. I'm just looking at, everybody is a doctor, wants to be a doctor, but you can be a doctor. Okay, you can be a doctor without getting into medicine. Okay. And it is also very rewarding. Okay. It is very rewarding to be a doctor in engineering. Okay. So, like for example, at this stage, we have so many state universities. Okay. And these state universities are waiting for a doctor in engineering or a doctor in education that they needed to become the president of the state university. And we have created so much state universities that we are still lacking doctors. Yeah, lacking doctors. Like Dr. Herman, he's now the principal of Ateneo because he's a doctor. Okay, so those are the things that you have to know. Do you have to know?
Doctor with no medicine.
It's not medicine, but he's a doctor. So sometimes it is. In fact, I am getting my doctor in industrial technology right now at ESATU. At this age, or at this stage, I'm still taking my doctorate.
Basta keep on learning, keep on
Yes,
learning.
keep on learning.
For those who would like to take up engineering, IT, or even marine engineering, that's still engineering kasi, no? So just make sure na you really want it and you're really good at math, no? I don't want to sugarcoat it, no? Ang hirap to go to engineering if you don't like mathematics. So at least get comfortable with mathematics. You don't need to be the best in math, but get comfortable with it because that's the language in engineering and even in IT. Okay? We will accommodate only one question. Kung wala, then we will proceed to the end. No? Isang question na lang po, sorry, pinukulang talaga tayo ng oras, which is a very good thing in our conversation. Yes, so siguro one major question is, meron bang way for them, kasi some students have problems in terms of finances, no? So do you have any advice, no, for students who would like to go through a course na may kamahalan pero gustong-gusto talaga nila? So is there any advice from our colleagues how to go through with it? I want to be a doctor, but it means this amount of preparation financially. Or I need to drop everything and focus. So, any advice for our students? Meron ba tayo?
I will answer.
Doc Will? And Doc Will first and Doc Manila. Doc Will? Will? Sige, for Doc Will, sige, Doc Will has to unmute. Okay. Dukwil? Sige. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So for those na problema sa funds, no? There is a tawag sini, there is what we call as scholarships, no, being given. No? The government offers scholarships. Like for example, ISAT, no, ISAT offers scholarships. West Visayas State University has a scholarship program. In fact, College of Medicine right now is full, no? Full tawag sini, full ano tawag sini gani? Full compensation. Wala scholar kadara.
Tuition.
No, tuition. CHED also has a scholarship programs. Banks, major banks, no, as scholarship programs. So for the student na may problems, you make your research, no, make a portfolio, and you apply, no, to these for these scholarships and grants.
Thank you, Doc Will. Doc Mike, Doc Jaime muna, then Doc Mike. Doc Jing.
I would like to correct the impression that tanan nga estudyante ng College of Medicine sa West scholar. Only 60 ang ginataga ng gobyerno ng scholarship.
Okay.
So kung may 120 nga estudyante na first year, tunga sila ang scholar.
So university, Doc Jaime? University scholar?
No, government scholar.
Government.
Meron pa mga university scholar, nagpangita pang school na sponsors para madugangan ang scholarship. That's all. Ang scholarship ay tuition fee lang.
Tuition fee.
Babayad sila ng
Miscellaneous.
Ang miscellaneous fees mga 500 man lang.
Oh, yeah. That's the cheapest.
And even the miscellaneous fees, nagpakita kami ng mag-sponsor kung talagang tigado ang estudyante. Basta, ang importante, maayo ang estudyante.
Yes.
Matalino ng estudyante.
Dedicated, matalino.
Yes.
Yung anak ko, Doc, second year, DOH scholar, no, dyan.
So damong scholarship na available.
Sige, thank you, Doc. Doc Mike? You're raising your hand. Then, Sir Jack, after Doc Mike. Sir Doc Mike? Sige. Mute? Okay. Yes, Doc Mike?
This is with regards sa scholarship, no? Dapat maintindihan nyo galing man na ang scholarship ni siya may dako kanada yang balakid ang imong
Service.
ang imo bala nga sakripisyo siyang imo chibugid kay because ang scholarships they are not just given for free may ang kabalos mo siya this dapat ang imo grade siya tama gid ka maayo. So you have to understand nga gusto ko magsunod ko sa College of Medicine or sa College of Law. Tapos gusto ko may chance ako mangin scholar. Panungdumon mo man kung kaya mo i-maintain ang grade point average nga gina-require nila sa iba ng mga scholarships. You also have to think about that. That's why kinanglan anong ilang taon gid alawas wala ko ano gid ang kakayahan mo man. Maski interesado ka, kung hindi kaya, you have to think twice. These scholarships, most of them, ang grade requirements, is medyo taas. So you have to take a look at that. No? Although there are some scholarships man nga basi nga sumunubo man ang ginapangayo ang grade point requirement, but I'm not really sure how that goes. So amo na yung ako lang. Be realistic, kumbaga be realistic.
Mike, unmute Rotary. Mic.
Okay na kuya?
Hindi, ang mic ni Total Lagon.
Ay, sorry. Sir Jer, sorry. Sir Jer, it's your turn. After Sir Jer, Sir Jack, then Doc Will.
Hi, Doc H. Good morning, Liwat. Regarding dira, no, may ara mo nga no, nga experience kay since nga nag-working student ako before. So I was also one of the in charge sa pag-admit sa mga scholars sa university nga gin-eskwelahan ko sa una. So there are lots of ijaya sa mga scholarships, but ang gina-consider sa mga naghahatag sina is number one, dapat mayroon kita potential. So when we say potential, it's a total package siguro. Hindi lang kita nga puro lang alam, but also nga aton nga the way we think. Kumbaga ano ba lang ang personality naton, behavior, kag ang inabala kung amo na nahambal ko 99% hard work, 1% talent kay tungod kung hardworking ka damo gid makuha sa imo kag kumbaga humble ka bala kag very helpful ka sa mga tao. So kumbaga do kahapos ka magaan kay like for example when I was in accountancy, working student man ako, but wala ko lang kag ginama-mention sa during my speech no. After ko sa Pepsi, na-eskwela ko liwat kaya gusto ko is nautical. Pa-eskwela ko sa nautical, nag-ano man ko dito, kumbaga working student man ko, free tuition, and siguro isa man ako sa nag-facilitate sa mga special programs or ini na ginatawag naton scholarships. So may ara kami nga anom sa una. So gina-evaluate na siya. So may ara kita nga mga parameters sina siya with together with engineer Neil Sobrevanete. He was the former administrator dira sa John B. Arevalo and now sa Bacolod na siya, and 38 Magramo. So kami sina ang nagaano sa ila. So may ara gina siya study kung paano. Kaya bala mo ginalantaw is ang potential. So those nga mga grade 12 students no, if you want to take sang gusto niyo nga kurso, so you have to see to it no nga gusto niyo na siya, sakto na ngambal ni Doc Michael. Kaya kung hindi mo nagustuhan, do kalbaryo ang kabuhi mo sa adlaw-adlaw. Kaya do napilitan, kaya this an obligation. Oo.
Sige. Thank you, Sir Jer.
Sige. Okay.
So thank you, Sir Jer. Sorry, I have to cut you kasi medyo short na lang time. I'll give the time short comment from Sir Butch and then Sir Jack. Sir Jack first. Sir Jack, you want to say something regarding scholarship, Sir Jack?
Yes, so I started with these points, no. Kung gusto, maraming paraan. Kung ayaw, maraming dahilan, di ba? So it's the layman's nga pwede natin batian. So given nga ang owners ng Life Extension was also a working student, no, duwa ka fast food chain ang iyang ginaublahan and taking classes also. So gani kung average lang aton intelligence kay pwede nga gusto na itong eskwela pero hindi kita kapasar sa mga scholarships. Parang ginatawag ng mga sports varsity, so nag-offer man sila ng scholarship. No, pwede ka mo tira, no? Mga working students sa school, no? And may mga LGU man nga nag-offer sa mga scholarship grants. Okay, you can inquire dira. DOST, pwede maka-inquire dira and makakuha ka mo exam. And kung sa mga maritime schools naman yan, nag-offer na sila sang study now, pay later nila, no?
Yes.
Sponsored by shipping companies. Okay? So, amo sina. Okay.
Correct. We just have to do research, Sir Jack, no?
Yes.
Kasi some can still be researchable sa Google or they need to visit the school of choice. And they need to do that as early as possible, especially they are graduating grade 12 natin. Sige. Thank you, Sir Jack. Engineer Butch, last comment.
Actually, to give you an idea, my son, si Vincent, was a sports scholar for CPU. Sa marketing siya sa CPU. He was good at Taekwondo, so he was taken in as an organizer for CPU's Taekwondo team. So he He went through college without us paying anything. He was paying already for his own education. Okay. Second, if you really want to go into scholarships, there are lots of requirements sa manahambal ni Doc Mike. No? Grades is one. You have to meet a certain level of grades. Those are cut-offs. And then your economic status. You have to prove to the benefactor that you are in need of money. Because like in UP, you go to UP, hindi ka basta-basta batulong sa UP. Sa scholar, if you're above the income bracket that they have.
To be fair naman, to be fair.
Okay? There are a lot of, let's focus on UP because you're free there. You can go inside, you just don't talk about medicine, you talk of accounting, you talk of this and that, engineering, etc. No? So UP has a government scholarship which varies. Full scholarship, tuitions, you even have allowances, stipends, etc. And even fraternities sometimes offer scholarships. Our fraternity offers scholarships.
Yeah, these
but
are
very
above board fraternities.
Yes, those are above board fraternities actually. So grades will always be number one. How you fared in high school will be something that you will have to show off to these people. If you're really asking for, you have also government scholarships available. A lot. DOST offers, DOH offers, and the others. No, even our own local government office, City Hall. I think may Gerry Treñas, sila Mayor Treñas. So they do have those scholarships. There are a lot. That's why when you say you want to go to college, there is a way you can go enter in one area and then you can jump off from there. It doesn't mean that you have to stop there. No, if you wanted to go into medicine, you can go from food tech to probably jump off to medicine.
Yes,
people like that. I've seen people like that already. There are fisheries. You know, fisheries has a lot of fisheries has a lot of potentials.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. If you really want to get your goal, you should have a will to do it because there will always be a way along your direction.
Thank you, Sir Butch. The same thing with law, no? You can take whatever course, but you can eventually take law after finishing those courses. Sa Iloilo City, meron tayong Iloilo City colleges na nag-offer din na free, no, na tuition. Sige. So thank you so much for all the input. Sorry, we need to end, no? But before that, let us have some discussion muna, maybe just to panghugas lang with what we have discussed. So remember that one of the ways, some of us are asking, what is the best school for me? So there's no right answer or wrong answer in this kasi it always depends on what course of choice you have and what available funds that you have, no? But all these schools, meron din mga scholarships sila. So you can always Google these schools now, most preferred schools for employers, the best schools for doctors. Of course, God change siya every year, no? God change siya every year. Si Doc Mike nagsabi na ang UE top 3 during his time, no? So still hanggang ngayon nasa top. West Visayas is also in. But also may mga sa engineering din, no? TIP, Mapua, etc. Or even state management, iba din yung mga set of schools that are good at it. Mga law schools, no? So you have Ateneo, UP, Davao, University of San Carlos. There are many schools, and even sa University of San Agustin here in Iloilo. Then kung scholarship lang, sobrang dami, sinabi na kanina ng mga speakers natin, CHED, SM Foundation, DOH, DOST, schools like FINMA, Aboitiz, mga companies, marami, no? So you can just and even schools offer merit scholarship. Yun sabi nila, importante that your grades are very good because these schools offer merit scholarship to those students with good academic performance. OWA, even kung OFW yung family members niyo, may OWA scholarship din, no? Na available for us. For schools choices in Western Visayas, sobrang dami, no? These are just a few of the schools in Western Visayas that you can choose from. But normally, what we advise is not choose the school of choice, but choose first, identify the course that you want to take, if that is really from your heart, and then from there, then identify the school where that course is really offered the best. So lahat ng mga schools na to, may mga best, may mga flagship courses or departments sila. No? So for example, when you say CPU, I can say engineering maybe. It's very good there. UP, maybe humanities. West Visayas, maybe medicine. Something else, San Agustin Law, etc. So depende. But at least all these can be Googled. That's my point. And you really have to do research. Now, let us proceed. No, as what we have learned, ang importante, if we put it together, importante, we need to understand ourselves. We start from there. Ano bang gusto natin? Ano bang limitations natin? What are our strengths? What are our interests and skills? And then let's explore options. One of the ways to do that, do research, listen to talks like this, talk to people, talk to your parents. Then after that, then you choose your specialty or your course in this case, and then eventually narrow it down to whatever specific career you wish. The one that that engineer Muyco discussed to us is this ikigai. Now, we might forget everything, but please don't forget this one. This is a Japanese concept, meaning a reason for being. They say that when you choose a career or a lifetime work or job, you need to consider your passion, profession, vocation, and mission. So when we talk about passion, that's something that is emotional. What you are emotional of, no, it's free from monetary terms. If you talk about mission, that's the task given to you by your parents, your family, your society, or even by God, no? So mission from God, may mga iba, mga pare, mission nila is to save souls. No? So you have to define also what your mission is, what your passion and mission. But also, importante din, your vocation, your calling. Ano talaga yung calling mo? Where are you good at, good for, or where are you destined for? So maybe you can ask yourself to that one. And the last one of the four is profession. So when you talk about profession, this is your occupation, no? And where you weigh your profession, the degree of your success in profession based on finances. Okay? If it's based on happiness, it's passion. If it's based on sense of reason, mission. If it's based on your calling, then that's vocation. And all these are intertwined, diba? And if you choose the best one and it hits the center of it all, that's ikigai. It gives you a sense of purpose in life. Yun yung sinasabi ni Doc Mike na parang your work becomes play. And so these can be things that you need to consider whenever you are thinking of a profession, no, in the future. Okay? Pwede pang mag-change, no, if possible, but take note of all these things, no. Pwedeng you love your work and you're good at it, but the world doesn't need that, no? The world doesn't need you for that, or you're not paid well for that. Or pwedeng you love your work, you're needed in that work, but you're not paid well. Or pwedeng you're paid well, you're needed in that work, but you don't love it. So parang pangit, no? Pero hopefully, what is we hope, what is we love and pray to happen is all these things will intertwine, parang Venn diagram, and you hit the center. So we pray for that, no? That's difficult to do, pero at least clear sa atin, meron tayong framework, meron tayong symbol to think and to use when in choosing our career path. No? So what we have learned is we were asked to do research, to consult others, even to listen to career talks like this, to discern, maybe in prayer, what really would like to do. Discerning means weighing things also. To commit to it, grit is very important. We commit to whatever we have decided. And then evaluate, no? And this is not linear. Always evaluate what you have done and change if necessary, whatever you need to change in order to at least make your career path more smooth. Okay, so that's it. No, would like to thank you for this, but before we end, we will have to ask you. Before we end with a prayer, we have to ask you to fill out our evaluation form. No, so I have placed in the chat box the link, so you can click that. And there's also a QR code for this. You know, we want to help improve our services, and we would like to check if we are really helping you, no, in this manner. If it's really good and very much accepted by our audience, then we might offer the same services in the months or years to come. So thank you so much for being here. Let us end with a prayer. Lord God, let us make sure that we are in our prayer position. We offer everything, all our thoughts, ideas, and career path in the name of the Father, of the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. As we come to the end of our time, Lord God, together, we thank you for what has been accomplished here today. May the matters discussed serve as a catalyst to move us forward and cause us to advance and see growth in all areas of our lives. May we live recognizing you are the God of all wisdom, and you are willing to lead us forward to our career path of choice. This we pray in the name of the Lord Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, staying here for 2 hours. Maraming salamat. Big thanks also to our teachers who have invited and required you to come here. And thank you also to my fellow Rotarians. Thank you for your sense of service, your sense of sacrifice. I know your time is very precious, but you spent 2 hours for us today for our participants. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you so much. Please don't forget. By the way, let's try to take a picture. Can you turn on your your video? Please turn on your video so that we can take a photo of the whole batch. Now, quickly lang for those who are attending, please turn your cams on. For those who are attending, if possible, please turn your cams on. Okay? Yan, yun pala. Sila pala yung, ayan, at least meron ng face. Please turn your cams on again. Ayan. Kulang pa. Kindly turn your cams on. Ano lang, saglit lang. We just take a picture together. Okay? Yan. Yan. Okay, please. Okay, 5 seconds more. Kindly turn your cams on. Okay, give us your best smile. Thank you so much for joining us. No? Good luck, dear senior high school students, our future professionals. I'll take a picture now. Sir Gerry, nag-off ka. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Doc Will, you're off in the picture. Sige, makuha ko picture. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one for documentation. 1, 2, 3. Yan. What a nice smile. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Yan. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to fill out the evaluation form. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Ma'am SP. Thank you, Ma'am Stella. Thank you. Please don't forget to fill out our evaluation. Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa oras ninyo. Ma'am SP, thank you. Ulitin.